The 49ers are heading into the draft with more at stake than people realize. A bold move is brewing, one that could shake up the roster and the league, but the clock's ticking, and San Francisco might not do what anyone expects. San Francisco 49ers 3 last-minute predictions for 2025 NFL Draft. The San Francisco 49ers have been a model of consistency in recent NFL seasons. However, stability wasn't exactly their calling card in the 2024 season. Now, with the 2025 NFL Draft fast approaching, the 49ers are no longer in a position to simply tweak around the edges. They're now tasked with filling meaningful gaps across the depth chart. The franchise still boasts a strong coaching core and cornerstone talent. That said, if San Francisco hopes to return to the Super Bowl conversation, this draft must yield both instant impact players and developmental pieces for the future. A rough offseason and a roster in flux. To put it plainly, the 49ers' offseason has done little to inspire confidence. Several key contributors have exited. In addition, the roster has taken noticeable hits on both sides of the ball. There's an argument that San Francisco is aiming for a leaner, more efficient version of its roster. Deebo Samuel, while once electrifying, showed signs of decline last year. Linemen like Aaron Banks and Jalen Moore didn't exactly live up to their value on the open market. They are all gone now. Still, the net result is a team that's unquestionably thinner than it was at season's end. The 49ers do have financial flexibility to make moves. However, they've largely stood pat as the first wave of free agency passed. It's possible they're waiting for the market to cool, eyeing late-stage value signings to round out the roster. As it stands, though, their transaction log reads more like a list of losses than one of strategic gains. This has left fans with more questions than optimism. Here we'll try to look at the 3 last-minute predictions for the San Francisco 49ers looking ahead to the 2025 NFL Draft. 1. The 49ers will prioritize their secondary. The 49ers' secondary was exposed far too often in high-leverage situations last season. Yes, the pass rush remains the centerpiece of their defensive identity. That said, it's clear that the coverage on the back end simply hasn't held up. Charvarius Ward is solid but alone, and Talanoa Hufanga's injury complicated the safety situation. Now, both those guys are no longer in San Francisco. That's why our prediction here is that San Francisco uses its first-round pick on a cornerback. They should have strong options, too. Michigan's Will Johnson is a top 15 talent who could slide if quarterbacks and pass rushers fly off the board early. He's physical, sticky in coverage, and confident in man situations. If Johnson is unavailable, Florida State's Azariah H. Thomas is another high-upside defender. He has fluid hips, elite length, and scheme versatility that fits what Steve Wilks likes to run. Regardless of who's available, don't be surprised if the 49ers make a small trade-up to secure one of these DBs. It's time to stop masking the secondary's flaws and actually invest premium draft capital into fixing it. 2. San Francisco will roll the dice on QB Quinn Ewers. This prediction might raise eyebrows, but it shouldn't. Yes, Brock Purdy has exceeded all expectations. Yes, the 49ers are publicly committed to him. That said, smart franchises don't wait for things to fall apart before planning for the future. Enter Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers. He is the kind of high-variance prospect who could land anywhere from late round 1 to early day 3. He has the arm talent, quick release, and deep ball accuracy to thrive in Kyle Shanahan's offense. On the flip side, he's also had inconsistency, injury questions, and occasional lapses in decision-making. Sound familiar? It should. This was the same gamble San Francisco once took on Trey Lance. The difference is that Ewers won't cost 3 first-rounders. He could be a round 3 swing that eventually becomes a franchise-defining value. More importantly, adding Ewers signals that the 49ers aren't going to be caught flat-footed if Purdy regresses or suffers another injury. Remember that only Mac Jones is the viable option behind Purdy. As such, a mid-round quarterback makes sense, and Ewers is as talented as they come. 3. The 49ers will double-dip on day 2 or 3 edge talent. Nick Bosa is still a monster. However, even monsters need help. The rotational depth that once powered this vaunted pass rush is also drying up. The 49ers need fresh legs, and lots of them, along the defensive line. Enter a flurry of value edge picks the team could grab on day 2 or day 3. Players like Kymon Rucker, North Carolina, and Aeneas Peebles, Virginia Tech, bring twitch, explosiveness, and polished technique. Riley Mills, Notre Dame, and Ja Joyner, Minnesota, offer size and inside-out versatility. Meanwhile, Ty Robinson, Nebraska, and Johnny Walker Jr., Missouri, project as developmental upside picks with length and motor. The 49ers may not land a surefire sack artist after round 1. That said, history shows this team knows how to coach up raw talent in the trenches. Expect them to grab at least 2 edge defenders in this draft and retool their pressure package with hungry young disruptors. Final thoughts. This isn't the same juggernaut that steamrolled its way through the NFC 2 years ago. The 49ers have taken a step back, but they haven't fallen off the map. With smart decisions in the 2025 NFL Draft, they can stay in the championship conversation while building toward sustainability. Look for them to reinforce the secondary, gamble on a quarterback with upside, and reload a pass rush that's been the backbone of their identity. The margin for error is slim in today's NFL. For the 49ers, this draft won't just shape their 2025 campaign, it may determine how much longer their Super Bowl window stays open. This draft is huge for us, faithful. We need to hit on these picks if we want to stay in the mix. What do you think? Corner, QB, edge? Drop your predictions in the comments, like the video, and let's ride together.